this steady strength practice is about building endurance towards where you like to move towards your goal. So we'll start in a child's pose. So you can have your knees closer to each other, or you can spread your knees out wide to the length of edge of your mat. And you can extend the arms out in front of you and just soften your forehead down. Just take a few moments to really ground yourself. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel the body can just drop in to the support of the earth. And see if you can start to just find a sense of rhythm of your breath, a very steady rhythm of your breath. And as you find steadiness in the breath, you start to steady out any fluctuations in the mind, steadying out the activities in the mind. And just take another breath there. And then we'll come forward onto your hands and your knees. So if you do have your knees out wider, take them closer underneath your hips there, wrists roughly underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers out. And we'll start with a couple rounds of cat and cow to really warm up this whole spine. Following the breath there as you inhale. Let the belly really drop and relax, chest expand forward between your arms, maybe look up. And as you breathe out, rounding out through your spine as the hands are pushing down into the ground. Really feel that resistance of the earth there, through your hands, through your knees. And just take another round. Really feel that nice opening through the front and the back of the body. And then slowly inhale, come back to your neutral spine. Gently guide the belly back in towards the spine there, so that there's a gentle activation into your belly. So what we'll do, keeping that steadiness of your hips, we'll inhale, extend, maybe just your right leg back, or you might like to add the left arm forward. Doesn't need to be so high. And then exhale to bring everything back into the center. And then inhale your right arm, left leg away, or just your left leg, whichever way that feels comfortable, trying to keep your belly with you. Exhale to return it back with control. Continue for a few more rounds there, noticing you're using your breath, using your abdominal muscles to really assist you moving through this very steadiness of the movement within this body. So there is no strain towards this steady growth as we're building this endurance. And your last side. And then what you'll do is you'll come back to the first side. Maybe it's just a leg, maybe adding the arm. See if you can keep the belly with you. Take a few more breaths there. So this is where we have warmed up to build that endurance while we're holding the pose, but relaxing into your breath, relaxing the mind. Take another breath. And then slowly releasing your hand and knee back. And we'll switch sides. So maybe it's just a leg, and maybe adding the arm. The leg doesn't need to be so high, nothing higher than hip height. Keep the belly with you. Notice the strength that you are cultivating from the center outward. Your breath is steady, your mind is steady. Take another breath. And then slowly returning everything back to the center. So from here we'll add on. So we'll first come into a downward dog. So set up where the hands needs to be for your body tight. And then from here, reset your feet if you need to. Maybe wider, maybe closer, distance between your hands and feet there. So wherever it feels most supportive for you there. Keep the knees a little soft, let the head hang, let the neck relax. So from here, as if we're walking in space, so, but it's an upside down version. So with that same leg, so your right leg will slowly goes up first with the breath in, steady breath. Doesn't matter how high it goes, doesn't need to be so high, and slowly lower your right foot back down with that steadiness of your breath. We'll just take another round. Inhale. Really feel the breath through your leg as it extends upward. And then slowly bring your right foot back down. And then this time you extend the right leg back up and just hold. You know, this is where we're building that endurance again. See if you can keep that support of your hands on the other foot. Keep the breath steady. The mind is steady. Take another breath. And then you slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. Good job if you got it up here. And then we'll come up into our full crescent lunge. So press down through your feet, lengthen your tailbone down, belly with your arms reach up. Really relax down the shoulders there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach your arms back, heart reach forward, belly with you. Keep that outer right hip hugging. Inhale again to press down into your feet. Drop the sacrum down, belly with your arms reach up. So slow and steady, exhale, halfway forward. Keep that right hip hug in. Take another one. Inhale, press down into your feet, sacrum drop, arms reach up. Exhale, halfway forward. We're going to pause here again. So we've tested out the water. Now we can stay to whichever level. So if you want a little stronger, you can allow the chest to move forward and down a little touch more. Otherwise, just stay upright a little higher. See if you can just breathe. Relax this whole body. If you want a little bit more, you can take your arms out in front of you. Keep the shoulders soft. So you can take your arms a little wide apart if you wanted to create more space for your shoulders. Otherwise, just keep your arms back. Notice if your belly is just hanging and dropping. So if you can just draw that belly in, gather the front of the body back into the center. Take another breath wherever the arms are. And then you'll shift your weight forward into that right foot. Maybe step the back foot up a little touch more. And then start to float your left leg up to any degree. Roll this left hip down. So Dikasana. So notice again, if you're just hanging out of your belly, collapsing into your lower back, or see if you can just lift up through the front of the body a bit more. Maybe lift the chest up a little higher. Once again, you can keep your arms back behind you, or you can reach your arms out in front of you. Whichever that feels really stable. Notice warmth. Notice heat that's building up. Notice endurance that you're building. Take another breath. And then you lightly step the left foot back into your lunge, hands to the mat, downward dog. And just take a few breaths. Soften your knees. And noticing the strength that you've already built. So we'll take the other side. So left leg slowly rise as you breathe in. And then exhale to lower your left foot down, steady and control. So you're not just dropping. Just one more time, inhale. Exhale to lower down. Really feel both your hands, your right foot is grounding. This time as you raise your left leg up, you'll take a little pause there. Take a few breaths. So the leg doesn't need to be so high up where you lost control. We just want to be building strength through, being able to sustain where we are. And then slowly, we'll step our left foot forward between our hands. Coming into crescent lunge, press down into your feet, inhale, arms reach up, drop the sacrum. And again, halfway forward, exhale. Keep this outer left hip hugging belly with you. Inhale again to press into your feet, sacrum drop, belly with you, arms reach up. Exhale, halfway. Last one, inhale, press down to rise. Exhale, halfway forward. And pause and hold. So choose where you like your arms to be, whether behind or in front of you. Notice your belly hanging or is contained. Notice the outer left hip is hugging and your legs are strong. Your face relaxed. Take another breath or two. And then you'll move forward into the Kasana. Press down into your left foot to raise your right leg. Nothing higher than hips. Lift the chest, lift the belly. Arms can stay behind or arms can reach forward. Notice where you can stay relaxed, where you can be sustained. Take another breath. And then slowly step back, hands to the mat, downward dog. And then we'll come down onto your knees, child's pose, with the knees out wide or knees together, and just soften everything back down. So take a couple more breaths there, allowing your heart rate to settle. And really noticing your sense of strength that you have built through building that endurance while holding the poses, and noticing the strength of the mind from building strength within the body. So enjoy that rest. Namaste.